Warning, the following program contains scenes of graphic stupidity between a man and some gays. Don't take anything I don't say too serious, I'm just messing around. This video should not be viewed by anyone.
Alright, and here we are back with some more Scum news. Why am I across the room? I don't know, I thought it would be funny, but now I feel kind of silly for doing it. But we are back with some more Scum news today. We have a couple of cool things that I saw over on the things. I have seen a couple of cool things over Twitter and on Reddit, some cool additions that are going to come to the game. And since I've done a couple of days, I said what the hell, let's do another one because I'm kind of excited for what's to come to this year video game. So here we go, another episode of Scum News. And today we are going to start with some Metabolism. Now the Metabolism tab has been reworked. A lot of players, myself included, are excited to see the new Metabolism. Because as of right now, we all know that the biggest threat and probably the only threat is the players. I mean, yes, the puppets can be a threat if you play on servers with puppets that do just an insane amount of damage. Or if we play on servers with a high number of puppets, they can kind of gather up in hordes and take us out, for sure. But if you play on a normal server, arguably the biggest threat is the players and the traps that the players set. But with this new Metabolism, hopefully we're gonna have some new threats, all sorts of crazy injuries and maybe diseases and stuff like that. And also, you know, hopefully, if the gods would allow it, I would very much like to have some hypothermia because I just want to hang out in the mountains, to be honest with you. I just want to be up there. I want to be a mountain man. I want to sit by a fire and hunt me a bear and just grow a beard and be a mountain man, right? And just suffer from the cold. You know, get some frostbites. You know, make a fire. That'd be great. But today we're gonna take a look at the new. I guess this is like a work in progress, or maybe this is gonna be the final product. Who knows? This is the new nutrition kind of tab. We have a side by side here. On the left we have the normal one that we have right now. And on the right is going to be the one that's it's modified, the one that is going to come to this year video game. Now, if we take a look at it, it's not all that different. It is different, but it's not like something straight up, something that we've never seen. It makes sense. It's something that we're used to. Pretty much up top, we have the calories and the water. If we take a look here, what I'm hoping that this means, it means that we're actually gonna be threatened by starvation and dehydration. I'm hoping, just because it's the first thing here, you know, my brain goes, it's the first thing my brain goes to, yeah, this is gonna be an important this is gonna be important. Dehydration and starvation is gonna be a thing. Then down below we have macronutrient reserves with protein, carbs, fat, fiber, sugar, saturated fat and sodium. And then we have body reserves with muscle and fat. Down here we have the vitamins. We all know the vitamins. If you take a look at the old, I mean not the old, but the current vitamin kind of tab, it's not all that different from the circle. They changed the circle to like a bar. You know, if it's on green, it's good. If it goes in yellow, red, it's gonna be bad. Then we have minerals. Same thing with the minerals. It doesn't seem to be a circle anymore. It's just like a bar. And then of course we got the digestion system, which is not so different from the old one. It's a bit changed graphically, but it's pretty much the same thing. We got the stomach, the intestine, colon, and the bladder. And then down below it's gonna show us just what we're eating, right? Seems like somebody here has just been eating the sardines all day long. So in some ways it's different, but in some other ways it's pretty much the same. When it comes to the layout of things. It's just something that we're used to. I know a lot of people were worried on my last Scum News video that we're gonna do like a PhD or something to heal up our character. And I'm sure that that's not gonna be the thing. It's gonna be pretty simple. From what I'm seeing here, they're saying that unnecessary things have been removed and they are trying to simplify the rest. So I'm sure that it's gonna be pretty simple. It's gonna be straightforward. Are we gonna have to maybe sacrifice some things like some strength and put it in our medicine so we can kind of realize what kind of injuries we'd have or what kind of sickness? Maybe. Is that gonna be a good thing? For sure. It's gonna change the dynamic of how we kind of build our character. You know, you're gonna have to have more things in mind. You're gonna be like, hey, listen, I'm gonna need some medicine just so I can easily identify my wounds, because we're gonna need the skill, the medicine skill that's gonna be coming to the game to kind of identify what kind of injury we have, what kind of sickness we have. So when you build your character, you can be like, listen, right, strength and sneaking around is great and all, but then if I step into some sort of a trap, or if I just get sickness from eating some zombie guts, you know, I'm gonna need some medicine as well. So yeah, we're probably gonna have to balance the way we create our characters, or we can just go around the map, because we can find books and tomes that we can, I guess, read, and we're gonna learn more about medicine. The more we heal our character, so I get shot in the arm, I heal up my arm, I sprain my ankle, right, I heal my ankle, I'm gonna learn more and more about medicine, so our character's medicine skill is gonna go up and up. And this is kind of how the bars are gonna look, I guess. It says that it's a simple looking bar that holds many challenges. So yeah, they're working on the bars. So I guess, you know, it goes from blue down to red. It says remake the mockup image for 4K displays. Since there are several independent gradients, we need several grayscale layers that we can dynamically colorize depending on gameplay logic. That boggles my mind, but what I'm getting from this here sci-fi phrase is that they're trying to change the colors. When our sugar goes down, when it goes like under 50, it's probably gonna be red, and then it's just gonna be gray all the way when it's like at 0 or something like that. It's just coloring and things like that. It's what we can take from this is that it's gonna be simplified. It's not gonna be something complicated. It's not gonna be. I know a lot of people were worried that it was gonna be way too complicated, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think it will make sense when it comes out. Now, another cool thing that is going to come, who knows when, but I just saw it and I've never actually seen something like this ever in any video game. Maybe there is one out there that has this feature, but I don't know of it. And it is this thing right here. When we wear our backpack, when it's full, it's actually going to look full. And when it's empty, it's actually going to look flat on our back. It's actually going to look empty. So when we pick it up off the ground, the backpack is going to be flat on our back, and the more loot we put in it, you know, it's going to get more and more bulky, which I've never actually seen in any video game. It says that it's an experiment with a dynamic backpack sizing to suit the amount of loot inside of it. It's a better feeling of how much burden is carried by our character and how much loot is carried by our target, it says here. Of course, this is probably gonna be way out there into the future, but I just thought that it was really cool that when we actually pick up a backpack, it looks empty, and the more loot we put in it, it's gonna look actually full, which is, good lord, how do you even make something like that? Like, like, I don't know much about coding and game creating. I know some things, but not too much. But how do you even do this? Like, what kind of a brain have you, man? People, devs, you got that big brain? And we're also gonna have some new female character models. I can't show the whole thing. I can just show you the top part here a little bit. Apparently, the old female kind of models were based on like a male model, and this is gonna be based off a female model pretty much. So the current female models were made from the male models to speed up the development time. That's a hard word. To speed up the process pretty much, right? And they're saying here that males and females have a different constitution, bone position and whatnot. So the current females have male skeletons and they look too masculine, and they're gonna change that with time. We're gonna actually have like a more feminine version of the female characters, I guess. This is pretty much what we're taking for this, is that it's gonna be a different look for the female characters. And we are also going to have a new military point of interest up in D0. This is a new abandoned military point of interest, and it's soon to be out. Hopefully pretty soon, because I mean, I like me new places, and we all know that the eastern side of the map, the new area, has the zeros of the map, D0, C0, B0, A0, whatever, what have you. They're pretty barren, right? We have one military point of interest. I have a bunker in every sector, but besides that, not much. We got the concrete or like the brick factory, but besides that, we don't have all that much in these sectors. But it looks like we're gonna get a new area in D0, which is gonna be great, because I love me the snowy parts, and it actually looks pretty cool. Of course, we're gonna have the robos over here, just kind of patrolling a little bit. And hopefully with time, we're gonna get some new points of interest in every sector. I don't even mean like, you know, military points of interest, like towns would be great. Some sort of like, since it's the mountains, right, and we got snow and whatnot, can we get like, I don't know, some ski resort or something along those lines? I don't know, I'm just saying. But we are going to get a new military point of interest up in D0 pretty soon from what I'm reading here. So yeah, this is something to look out for in the near future. And yeah, there we go. These are more or less the things that I want to speak about today. I think that the new metabolism is going to bring a new layer to the game, and that's going to be great. As I've said, I know a lot of people, they were a bit concerned with being too complicated, but I'm sure that that's not going to be the thing. And for me, as an older player, I've been playing for a long time now, and I was playing when the game had like 5,000 people maybe on the weekends, and during the week 1,000 or 2,000-3,000 players. You know, and the servers had 20-30 people max. I've been playing for a long time, and I feel like I'm in some sort of a comfort zone when I play now, because I know my threats, which is the players. I know kind of how to handle everybody, you know, depending on the situation. I kind of know what to do and not to do. And I'm hoping that a new metabolism, which is going to bring new threats, is going to change the dynamic of how we play, how we engage with other people. Maybe it will bring some more conversations into the game. I know that they're working on facial animations as well, so I'm hoping that when we actually talk in game, our character's face is going to move, which is actually going to be interesting to see. And I'm hoping that will encourage players to speak. And speak, brothers and sisters out there. You know, just the other day I was up in, was I D0? No, D1? I think I was up in D1, and we saw some dead zombie outside the house. So I was like, this guy's definitely in this house. It was nighttime, and instead of blasting, I was like, yo man, are you cool in there? And I opened the door, and he was just sitting in a corner all afraid, like not even aiming his gun. And I was and I was pointing my flashlight on his eyes. He was like, yeah, I'm cool if you're cool. And I actually spoke with him, and he was a cool dude. We kind of traded a little bit. I gave him some stuff, and then I was on my way. And 5 minutes later, you know, karma, I guess, quote unquote karma, I let that guy live, or I didn't try and kill him. And then 5 minutes later, I met another guy and blasted him from a window. I jumped out the window down, and I fought him, won the battle. So, you know, having a bit of balance between letting some people live and killing some other people is gonna be great. I try to do that now because it's fun for me, right? But I'm hoping that with the new metabolism, new threats, diseases, injuries and whatnot, I'm hoping that people will think, is a bullet worth, like, is a like injury worth the loot that I'm gonna get? Or should I speak with this man, maybe trade? You know, if I don't like him, I can just kind of betray him really fast when he's not looking. You know what I mean? Some things like that. But I think these are the things that I wanted to speak about today. As I've said, very excited to see where this game is going to go. Excited. Imagine in like a year or two when 1.0 is gonna come out. Oh, I feel like this is gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of fun to play. And it's a lot of fun to see like the growing pains of the game. You know, everybody goes to growing pains. Trust me, I know that. But it's fun to pick up a game like early on and then see the growing pains of it, like we all did with Scum here. And it's awesome that new players are coming at this stage of the game when it's in a really good condition, right? It has some kinks here and there, but it is in pretty good condition, you know, comparing it to like some time ago. But yeah, that's about it for the news today. I hope everybody enjoyed the news. In case you did, be sure to drop some stuff and things down below. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you in the next one with some more video games.